Welcome to the Gremlins Invitational 2024 edition. I'm Jim Flanagan. You're watching the Gremlins Network. Just about ready to get underway. We'll catch up with the lineups as we can. Those coming into the booth just a moment ago. So still doing some handwriting here ourselves. Marco Diaz, the hard-throwing right-hander in the circle for Hill United, delivers the first pitch of the game and the 2024 Gremlins Invitational. Couple of Titans on the field tonight. Number 2, Hill United Chiefs, and number 8 ranked AWP Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks, as you see, are the visitors. Lineup for those Lumberjacks. Valdi Turkelson will lead things off. Fede Adair will bat second. Jonathan Lynch in the 3 spot. Cody Pannebecker hitting cleanup for them. Fede Olheiser 5th, Cisco Sabate 6th, Tyler Bully 7th. Danny Olstedt, the DPA, will hit 8th, and Juan Vala in the 9 spot. New ISC rankings just released, anticipating the seedings for the ISC World Tournament. That, of course, held in August. Not too many changes, a few changed spots in the top 10. 7 of those top 10 teams here in Elkland, Pennsylvania. Swinging a foul, tip goes back to the screen. The host Gremlins come in as the number 1 ranked team in the world. Hill United Chiefs right behind them at number 2. The Northeast Drillers move up a spot. They're now the number 3 ranked team. No doubt on the strength of their championship game win over the Gremlins just a week ago in Ashland, Ohio. Bear Creek drops to 4. In for a call, strike on the outside edge. Turkelson didn't like it, but on the edge it is, as Diaz logs the first strikeout of the game. First out, and that'll bring up Fede Adair. Still daylight here in Elkland. The sun coming from left field area right towards us in the booth. We're sitting up on the first baseline today. Old time field here. Beautiful setting amongst the green, lush rolling hills. Couple of hours drive in from Buffalo. Absolutely gorgeous outside and great setting for this big event. Misses downstairs with a hard one. That one coming in at 85 miles per hour. Diaz generally regarded as the hardest throwing pitcher in the world. He'll top that 85 from time to time, but throwing hard already in game 1. Swing and a miss, laid on it. Another one coming in at 85 miles per hour. Just underway if you joined us late. This is the second batter of the 7 p.m. game. Hard one in on the outside edge. That one at 84 miles per hour. So Diaz warmed up and already in his zone. Ground ball out to short. Up with it is Bolin over to Gonzalez for the out. So a 6-3 put out makes Fede Adair the number 2 out of the inning. That'll bring up Jonathan Lynch. Jonathan playing left field for the Lumberjacks. Defense for Hill United in the outfield. Quentin Bruce in left. Brad Ezekiel in center. Nick White over in right field. Around the infield, it's Nick Shales at third. Bolin at short. Over at second is Lenny Vilvaso. And Tony Gonzalez holding down the first base bag. Behind the plate, the veteran Bruno Matroni. And as we said, in the circle for the Chiefs, Marco Diaz. Lynch lifts one foul and out of play. My first time to Elkland. I've been chatting with people over the years, talking about what a great place it is. to play a ball game, to host a tournament, and I can see why. Skipper Greg Leather of the New York Gremlins has been coming here since way back in '06 when they first started to hold the events here. That was a Labor Day event. Swing and miss, good drop ball, 80 miles an hour, so a little difference on the lazy drop, might have taken a little bit off it even. So down on strikes goes Lynch, 3 up and down in the inning for the Lumberjacks. 2 strikeouts for Diaz thus far in the game. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We'll head to the home half of the first inning and get our first look at these Hill United Chiefs and be right back. Home half of the first inning from the Gremlins Invitational Tournament here in beautiful Elkland, Pennsylvania. Just across the border from the New York line if you're driving south as I was. Batting order for these Chiefs. Shane Boland will lead things off at the top. Brad Ezekiel hitting second. Nicky Shales third. Bruno Matroni in the cleanup spot. Quentin Bruce in the 5 spot. Lenny Vilvaso 6. Tony Gonzalez 7. Josh McGovern will be the DP. Batting 8th, and Nick White in the 9 spot for the Chiefs. That's the way the offense shapes up. Defensively for the AWP Lumberjacks, Jonathan Lynch in left field, Juan Vala center, Valdi Turkelson over in right field. Around the infield, it's Fede and Fede. Olheiser at third, Fede Adair at short. Cody Panabaker at second and Cisco Sabate at first base. First pitch from Luis Amaya down in the dirt. So Luis Amaya in the circle again for AWP. We saw him last week in Ashland. And behind the plate, of course, Tyler Bully, veteran out of the USA junior and senior program. He will do the catching. Amaya set out on the outside edge with a good over-the-top drop. To put it bluntly, all of the big boys are here. The number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 ranked teams in the world all here. Throw in a 8 and a 9, and you've got a pretty solid lineup for an elite men's fast pitch tournament. Down on strikes goes Boland. You'll see it on the replay. It looks like the pitch was downstairs. Amaya delivery. Good movement, late movement on that drop ball from Amaya. Here's Brad Ezekiel. Ezekiel, of course, with great home run power, one of the better home run hitters in the game. Wigwag in the bat, looks at one from Luis Amaya. Defense for the Lumberjacks straight away. Corners just about even with the bag, maybe a step off of each foul line. Downstairs in on the edge of the plate, right around the knees on that pitch. Change up and a beauty. Floats that one just upstairs. Good idea for the pitch, maybe a little bit too much of the strike zone. But Ezekiel lays off, not the pitch he wanted. Swing and a miss, there's that drop ball again. Good movement away from the right-hander. Downstairs, swing and a miss. Down goes Ezekiel. So the Chiefs chasing a couple early. Bolin and Ezekiel down on strikes. 2 outs, nobody aboard. And to the veteran Nick Shales we go. Shales hitting in the 3 spot. Bruno Matroni right behind him if Shales can reach. In on the outside edge, so Amaya, early success with the drop away from the batters. Continues to pound that side of the strike zone. Same location, just misses with that one. So nibbling around the outside of the plate. Trying to paint it black is Amaya. Turkelson way over towards the right field foul line in right field. So the gap in left center as center fielder Juan Vala likewise leaning towards the right. So Amaya with pretty good velocity on the ball. They're looking at Shales to maybe go the other way with it. But he's got dead pull power as well. Little grounder foul up along the left side. Want to welcome Greg Hicks to our booth shortly. Gremlins coach will be doing some broadcasting with us this weekend. Lots of broadcasts on tap, 7 and 9 tonight. And then a good part of the day tomorrow, most of the games on field 1, all of the Gremlin games. Grounder foul, same pitch, same result. So 2 up and down quickly, Amaya with a couple of Ks in the book already. No score in the game. Adair now on the edge of the grass at shortstop. Looks at one just off the plate. Amaya checking the count. So right around the edges, right around the outside part of the plate against these right-handers. Foul tip, that's going to go our way over on the first base side. The view you have on screen, very much the view we have from second level of the first baseline. That's where we'll be broadcasting from this weekend. The field has been here a long time, forever. And it's the old wooden deck on top of the dugouts. Grounder, it's going to be in the hole. Nice effort by Adair, but he won't get to it. Nicky Shales with the first hit of the game.
It's a good piece of hitting by Nick. He fouled a couple off to stay alive in the at-bat, and then just kind of grounded one through the left side.
So Shales aboard with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Bruno Matroni, the catcher for the Chiefs. Shales a veteran, but still runs bases very well, an athletic veteran. Very knowledgeable of the games, knows his way around. So Matroni with 2 outs, perhaps trying to find a gap somewhere. Good home run power, looks at one off the outside of the plate.
Amaya's got to be careful, Hill-Jerman. It's going to be 2-0 real quick. Bruno's got incredible power, and he's very patient.
Well, he's been staying away from the middle of the plate, nibbling around the edges, especially the outer half on the right-handers. It's either been on the black or away. So not giving Matroni that dead pull pitch that he likes so much. But, Greg, you're right. One swing of the bat could give the Chiefs a quick lead here in the first. Downstairs missing. Tarkelson still over towards the foul line in right field. Center fielder Vala likewise shaded over towards right. That one gets away, skips to the screen, and Shales will help himself to 60 feet of real estate now in scoring position down at second base.
Booley got a real fortunate bounce on that. Most times in this old ballpark with the chain link fence, the ball hit and die, and it's quite a ways from home plate, and I've seen guys take 2 bases on a pass ball.
Good hard one in on the outside part of the plate. Here's the pitch from Amaya. Swing and a miss down in the dirt, gets away again from the catcher, Tyler Bully. Shales over to third, now 60 feet away from the first run of the game.
It was a very nice changeup by Luis Amaya. Clearly Matrone wasn't expecting that. It was way out in front.
Fooled the hitter and maybe gave Bully some trouble as well. Amaya trying to pitch out of trouble here in the first. Shales over at third. Grounder in front of the plate, foul. Will do it again.
Jim, your first time here at Elkland. What are your thoughts on the ballparks?
Beautiful setting. We were talking about that at the top of the broadcast. The green, lush rolling hills. The drive in from Buffalo, just mile after mile of scenic territory, and then you come here and it's old-timey ballpark. Bounces that one in the dirt, and Matrone is aboard with a first inning walk. Now runners at the corners for the Chiefs, and it'll be up to Quentin Bruce to try and get the runners home.
With all these trees and mountains, it's nothing like you and I see back home in California, I'll tell you that.
No, a couple of hours on the road here, good for the soul. Very relaxing atmosphere, but these teams will have things dialed up all weekend long. The best of the best, 7 of the top 10. Slugging it out here in Elkland.
Maya's working into a little trouble here. Bruce is a very, very good left-handed hitter.
Well, they got through the top of the order, put Bolin and Ezekiel down on strikes, but then the hit by Shales and eventually the walk to Matrone.
Ezekiel pinch running for Matrone at first base with the catcher role. He's got good speed.
So Ezekiel in to run. 2-out catcher rule, as Greg said. Swing and a miss. Late on that one is Bruce. That one away from the lefty. Bruce just trying to find some grass here, find a hole beyond that infield. Down in the dirt low. Amaya tapping himself on the chest as if to say, my fault. Did not look like the pitch he wanted to throw in that spot. A little bit early on the release, bounces in the dirt.
He's going to have to find his control soon. These Hill United Chiefs are very patient hitters, and they're not going to chase things out of the zone very often.
Swing and a miss late on that one is Bruce, so Amaya strikes his way out of trouble. Third strikeout of the inning, third strikeout of the game for the right-hander for the Lumberjacks. So out of trouble he goes. We played one complete inning. No score. We'll be back with more right after this. You're watching the Gremlins Network, the Gremlins Invitational from Elkland, Pennsylvania. Top of the second inning for the Lumberjacks. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order. That's Pannebecker, Olheiser, and Sabate. Booley would follow if someone can reach. Little floater from Diaz on that one, just what you don't need to see as a hitter when you're adjusting to 85-mile-per-hour pitches.
And Marco can bring it, I'm going to tell you that.
That went in on outside part of the plate for a called strike. Diaz, of course, was a member of this AWP Lumberjacks team last year. So he is facing his former team, and they facing a former teammate. Incentives running both ways. Hard one just upstairs for a ball. Lumberjacks actually losing both of their pitchers. Diaz to the Hill United Chiefs, and Cuba Osika coming over to the Gremlins. AWP didn't waste any time. They have reloaded and added a couple of pitchers from the USA national team. Meanwhile, that one stroked into right center field, and Pannebecker has the first hit off of Diaz.
Yeah, that pitch didn't have a whole lot of velocity to it. It was just kind of right down the middle, and Cody just bounced it right up the middle.
Here you watch on the replay, you see. Pitch was moving downward, but he just went the other way with it. Good piece of hitting by Pannebecker. Here's Fede Olheiser. But the two pitchers added by the Lumberjacks this year, Brad Kilpatrick, the lefty, and Cody Gibbons, the fine throwing right-hander from the USA Junior program. Giving them another duo to go with Luis Amaya in this tournament.
Double play situation, but Olheiser, for a big guy, runs extremely well. They're going to have to make a clean turn on anything not hit really hard.
That's Boland and Vilvaso up the middle. Defensive alignment sometimes unique for the Chiefs. Nick Shales will play all over that left side of the infield. Right now shaded more towards short than he is third, with Boland up the middle. Meanwhile, Olheiser fights that one off, a little nubber foul on the right side.
Yeah, that alignment's something Nick started doing, I think it was last year, and I think his philosophy is he's going to give up that line with the hard-throwing Diaz and some of the pitchers they've had in the past. He's a good 15, 20 feet off, and he won't get much closer even with the right-handed hitters.
Yep, he's in the 5.5 hole, literally. Anything down the line is going to go in the corner, but that's the calculation that Shales makes. Also see him sometimes, he'll come up almost even with the pitcher when he's trying to choke off something in front of the plate. Always fun to watch a game that Shales is playing in. You never know where he's going to wind up. Keeps the hitters a little bit off balance. The difference, I think, with Diaz this year is he's had better control. He's been around the strike zone more. Last year got himself in trouble a few games with the walks.
Yeah, I think he tried to throw too hard last year. The catcher obviously makes a difference. Nothing against Tyler Booley, but he had never seen anything that hard.
Swing and a miss on the changeup. We talked about changing speeds. He gets Sabate with that one. Second strikeout of the inning, fourth of the game for Diaz.
And that's the advantage of having someone like Bruno Matroni behind the plate, the veteran. He knows how to call pitches, change speeds, location. And I think he really settles Diaz down and is a very calming influence for him.
Here's Tyler Bully. Swinging a foul, tip strike. Pannebecker still over at first base. He led off the inning with a single to right center. Runs pretty well. This is upstairs ball.
It's one thing you have to be is very patient with Marcos. Even though he's throwing a lot more strikes this year, you have to make him come to you because he has a tendency to come outside the zone quite often.
Grounded one hopper back to Diaz. He'll flip it nice and easy over to Tony Gonzalez at first base. Side retired for the Lumberjacks in the inning. No runs, a hit. One man left. We've played an inning and a half. No score in this one. Lumberjacks taking on the Chiefs. Friday Night Lights, or at some point under the lights from Elkland. We'll be right back. You're watching the Gremlins Network. I'm Jim Flanagan.